With this many suitcases, it can only mean one thing. We are going home.
Welcome to Toronto. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Be careful when opening the overhead compartments as items inside may fall out. Please also check that you have all your personal belongings before leaving the aircraft. You may now switch on your personal electronic devices with cellular functions. Passengers with connections are required to collect your bags and clear immigration and customs before proceeding to your onward connections. It's been our pleasure taking care of you today. Thank you for flying Cathay Pacific.
Oh, Canada. Fun thing we had done this week. 찍었어요. Organic. Clean. You gotta wipe it first. It's dirty, bruh.
It's actually legit really good.
Okay, ASMR. Ready?
Oh, it's really sweet.
Whoa.
I manifested it with my nails. Getting our step count in today by apple picking. In Tokyo, my favorite hobby is rolling gachapon. In Toronto, my favorite hobby is to go thrifting. We just have over a month before Christmas, so I thought we could thrift some decor to bring back to Hong Kong. Since Christmas is just a one-day event, I thought we can get some things on a good budget.
Today we'll have two thrift stores, one called Value Village and the other one called Salvation Army. Let's go now and buy some cute stuff.
This is a made in Canada beer glass with a Christmas tree on it. Plate is just so precious. I might have to pick her up. And look at this melting snowman snack platter. Snow globe is so pretty, you can put a tea light candle at the top.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Some long lashes, bro.
Pair of vintage Christmas wine glasses. This would make a nice cake plate. Tim Hortons coffee break. It's more like a summer item that I'm looking for. It's a pair of jeans, but gotta think about it. It's still $12. I'm not gonna buy this, but this orange sweater is a hand knit by Shanghai Tang. This is so cute because it looks like a lace doily to me. But unfortunately on, it's giving a bit of poncho vibes. I found this hand knit wool sweater. Unfortunately, there's a hole here, but I just love these colors. To be honest, I just like this fishing jacket because of the pop of orange lining and the embroidery. But when it's on, it kind of has no color to it. Found this suede jacket in the menswear section. Fits like a glove. Made in Spain. At first I thought this was a fast fashion piece, but it's made in the USA. See the logo here? Looks very retro but new. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. This is a beautiful made in Canada sweater. What's this? What the heck is a forest green Ralph Lauren sweater with an orange logo? I'm taking this. And I just found it lying on the floor in the jacket section. I'll most likely buy my snow globes in Hong Kong because these are way too heavy and huge to bring back. Cute. They have all these little ornaments and knickknacks.
Quite cute actually, in the green section.
Special appearance Victor Cheng. He is trying on that casino jacket and it looks quite good. It's a little snug, but if he wears a t-shirt underneath, no probs. I ended up buying a bunch of clothes even though I was only intending to get Christmas stuff, but here's a little haul. We have a Wedgwood vintage Christmas plate, and then we also got a bunch of LPs. But it's raining, so I'll show you my entire thrift haul once we get back home. We are back from the thrift store. I ended up thrifting a bunch of clothes, but first we're gonna start off with all the Christmas decor and homeware. For this Christmas, I want to keep it that kitsch Hallmark kind of vibe, so this is what I end up thrifting. First is this glass beer mug with the Christmas tree. It's also made in Canada, which I thought was cool. It was like $3. Next, we have this Christmas plate. It's made in China, but I just really like that kind of ribbon detail along the rim and then the Christmas tree. You can find a lot of these on Taobao, but I just want to see if I can find it vintage instead. And lastly, I have a Wedgwood plate I showed you guys earlier, also with a Christmas tree and this eggshell blue trim. This is from Christmas 1978. And of course, I always find some random items that I want to buy. First is this coffee mug. I found this and Victor said he really wanted it. It says coffee spelled backwards is EFOC, as I don't give EFOC until I had my coffee. Next up is this marble and stone abstract sculpture piece. That was pretty cool. I thought I could put it on my shelf in Hong Kong. And lastly, I got this ice bucket. It's lined in this faux burl wood. It's got a brass handle and an acrylic top. I just thought it was really cute. Even though it's not real wood, it's very fun. I've been thrifting since high school and I love picking up items to wear at the thrift store. Unfortunately, nowadays, I feel like a lot of the thrift store items are from like Shein and Old Navy. There's not a lot of cool vintage pieces. For example, this one I got at Salvation Army. It's from the Toronto Zoo. It's made in Canada. And you know, I always wear this tiger t-shirt everywhere I go. But anyways, I'm gonna show you a few items that I got this time around. When it comes to thrifting for clothes, I can end up impulse buying a lot because I just find some cool pieces that may not fit me, but I think it has some cool detail and I end up buying it. So this time I really tried to edit myself and find items that I would actually wear in the colors that would fit my wardrobe. So first up, we have this forest green Ralph Lauren sweater with this bright orange logo. I think this is probably one of my favorite finds. I actually found it on the floor at Salvation Army, picked it up and couldn't believe it was actually a polo sweater that someone just dropped. Next up is a summer piece, which I probably will wear next year if we go to the tropics or Bali. This is a Fruit of the Loom pink t-shirt. It's got this hibiscus print on the front and it's in this bright pink. It's very coconut girl and I thought this could be great for a summer vacation. Oh yeah, also, it was only $2, plus I got 20% off on top. I also try to find items that you would probably find at the Japanese vintage stores. They do love their Americana shirts, and I got this athletic shirt with Lions Athletics. Don't know which school this is. It is probably a legit gym t-shirt, but I really like this yellow collegiate lettering, which I think would go well as a base layer for jackets. Next up is this faux vintage gym sweatshirt I got in the men's section. This looks like something you would buy from Sporty and Rich. It is not vintage, but they emulate those old 80s, 90s vintage sweatshirts. It's got the basketball embroidery on the chest, and then you have the logo, which looks very 80s and 90s. I also love how it's a half button up, and even the buttons are branded. This piece is somewhat out of my element, but I bought it because it is a real vintage, made in USA bomber jacket. At first, I thought it was something from the Blue Jays team, but upon closer look, it says Bel Air Athletics Club. The brand is Hartwell and it's made in the USA. It's really hard to find vintage items that actually look modern, so that's why I purchased this piece. And lastly, we have two more jackets. The first one is a leather menswear jacket I found in this dark chocolate brown. I love how it matches my Bottega bag. I don't believe this is a vintage piece because it feels very light, and I think like a lot of vintage leather jackets are very heavy and most of them have a lot of cracking and peeling. And lastly, we have this menswear jacket. I can't believe that this piece is also vintage and made in USA. It's a fleece-lined casino jacket, but the logo looks like something you would buy at the fast fashion stores. Victor tried it on, it also fits him, so I think this is something that we could share. Hope you enjoyed that little thrift haul. I'm gonna head to the laundry room, pop this all into the wash because Victor's a little paranoid about my secondhand clothes. Here we have the finished apple galette. All I gotta do is fold the crust over it and then we'll pop it into the oven.
Our first winery at this trip called picked out a shoreline white for tonight's mussels.
Coffee. Let's get it. We are staying at the Wander for 2 nights. Our cabin is called the Waterleaf, right next to the lake. It's a beautiful 13 degrees, very sunny. It's also the last day for pool season, so we're gonna jump right in.
At the lake, you pick up this little thing and you go
Skip stones!
yes.
Underwear on my ass. Wedgie. Yeah. 7-Eleven, the best popsicle we had. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. Mike. Take up. Janet. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm first.
What? Damn. Our first coffee shop in the morning is called Good Place. Sounds good.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Set aside heavy empty spreadsheet line.
So good that you're left-handed.
Loosen up
Actually, right-handed is always in the way. For sure.
Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun.
Tonight's dinner is at Gather, which is like a 10-second walk from our cabin.